Damn, you just spit shit all over the place. You open that shit like you was on a commercial.
We're on another seltzer for year 2020.
Yeah.
So go over.
Yes.
I have to ask you a question. Wait. We didn't even cheers it, man.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Cheers.
Cheers.
What are we cheersing?
What we're cheersing about is...
Can I make a cheer?
Yeah.
Shell toes and assholes.
Shell what? Shell toes?
Shell toes.
What the hell is a shell toe?
Shell toes is a classic Adidas hip hop tennis shoe.
Okay. I know now. Shell toes.
God damn, these damn millennials.
What was the other one that Tupac used to say? Fedoras. Was that really a big thing too?
Fedora is a hat.
Yeah. But was that really a big thing back in the early 90s? 90s?
I was wearing a fedora earlier today. I have about 7 fedoras.
Okay.
But I prefer to wear a bucket hat.
And that's what we were talking about too.
But right now I got my Catch Wrestling. Earlier I had my Princess Zamunda shirt on.
Princess of what?
Zamunda.
What's Zamunda?
You never seen Coming to America?
Okay. And you're really bringing back into the memory banks. This is where this podcast is going.
This podcast is going where?
Why is it important to have a podcast in 2020?
Important podcast 2020. Why?
And I have to ask you why.
Because somebody has to document this incredibly ludicrous shit that's going on.
And I would also like to add is you notice you started bringing up all these different nostalgic back time periods of videos and movies and culture and style is that whatever you're interested in, you should talk about and build out your brand and make your voice known, because 2020 has been changing so many things in society and how business will work in the future.
In 2020, we're going to see possibly the death of the movie theater. Possibly we're going to see the rise of restaurants that only do deliveries and people stop leaving their homes. We may see the death of flying internationally. Who knows when that's going to come back? 2020 has been a magnificently fucked up situation that everyone has to mitigate. And by making a podcast, and the importance of it may be this: the world is changing so rapidly. If you have a brand, if you have something you're trying to sell, if you have a message you want to get out, possibly social media and podcasting is a way to assist that, because it's going to be hard on the yard. I'm using all my 90s shit right now. All my 90s shit.
I could only identify those if they were in front of my face. You had kind of explained it a little bit. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
Hard on the yard.
Maybe because I was like too young. Like I know what it is.
It's just shit we used to say. Hard on the yard. My name is Bennett. I'm not in it. It's just shit we used to say.
Bennett. My name was Bennett.
And I'm not in it.
Well, have you heard the term where because a Zillennial Zoomer taught me this, but don't be capping and stuff.
No, caping.
Caping.
So we said caping. Like you put your cape on for a motherfucker.
No.
Don't be caping. I don't know what capping is. I don't know what the fuck.
Capping. So at first I was like, what are you talking? You guys like shooting each other? Like what's going on?
Capping is what we used to say when we was young. We used to be fucking roasting somebody.
And that too. So but now it means that's like don't be capping is like don't be lying.
By us millennials. No cap.
Oh man, these goddamn y'all motherfuckers got the game fucked up. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground.
So the terms are getting changed like left and right. But that is why podcasting is so important.
You gotta have yourself a podcast and only friends.
You can say whatever you want.
Only fans and friends.
Advertise your culture, your beliefs, your perspective, and say what you want on your platform.
That's exactly right. No, this is one thing I do agree 100%. People always get up in arms about freedom of speech. Oh my goodness. Facebook fact checked something false that I put up and they took it down. How dare Mark Zuckerberg fact check me? Bitch, you don't own Facebook. Shut the fuck up. They have a right to do what they want with their business.
And I totally don't agree with it, but yes, it comes down to
Well, you can't be a libertarian on Monday and totalitarian on Tuesday. You can't tell business what to do with their own shit. But if you don't like Facebook, how about this? Go to Twitch. If you don't like Facebook, go somewhere else. Go to another social media platform with more freedom. I mean, I'm very excited for Spotify. They're going to start dreaming Joe Rogan. Dreaming. I may be wrong. They're going to start streaming Joe Rogan's podcast. So to me, I'm like, I like a visual podcast. Is this going to open up for other people to have visual podcasts?
Oh, like who?
Like the tip.
Oh, all in your face.
The tip in your face. Just the tip, ma'am. Just the tip. I promise. Just the tip. Just the tip. No, just the tip. A little more than a tip, please. Just the tip.
If you ride with us, you know you're polite savages.
Polite savages. And I want to give this to my polite savages. And when you're talking to those simple idiots out there, I want you to say this. When a simple idiot comes up to you and says, why do you have to spend your time making a podcast? Is it just that you want all of the attention? You're not giving me attention. I feel triggered. What you need to tell them to do is, first of all, get that toxic person out of your life, because they're just going to drain this. They're going to drain your mental energy. They're vampires. They're the succubus wrapped around your neck.
New age community, we call them by vampiric energy.
Vampiric.
The vampires draining your energy.
I
Tell you can't.
I call them bitch-made motherfuckers.
That's a good way to say it.
I bet you know what I'm talking about. But all right, so let's just sort of full circle and let's get a little serious, right? So we made a podcast before on how to start a podcast, but now we're talking about why you should start a podcast. And this is why you should start a podcast. Anything that you're doing that you think is interesting, you should start a podcast. Yeah, I know somebody in the Philippines, and she finally started her podcast, and her goal is to show people how she went from having no ass to work out to having a mega booty.
What?
That's her thing. She got bubble.
I can see the appeal, because from my female friends, they're very much into about the growing of the ass.
I can see the appeal because I like ass.
And that too.
But she started her podcast. Now, I think that she could probably, I wouldn't say make a podcast just doing booty shots. I would say, I would start showing systematically how she increased the size of her gluteus maximus. Everybody likes a gluteus maximus, but I would say to do that. But hey, to each their own, because it's up to you to do what you want to do on your platform.
Exactly.
And that's the best part about it. Say what you want to say. Like I have family members all the time. Now, boy, I don't like what you're talking about. And I say, turn the shit off, because I'm not going to stop. I mean, that's just the way it is. Say what you want to say. Express yourself. Podcasting is one of the last places that you can have a real conversation with somebody. Podcasting is one of the last places where you can express yourself fully. Now, if I go too far, YouTube has a right to pull me down. But guess what? There's other media that I can go to. Twitch is very, 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 very strict. If you say booty and cheddar on Twitch, they might pull you.
But man, they let them Twitch girls really get away with a lot of stuff.
They let the Twitch girls give you a Twitch. But I can also say that, at Twitter, even though it's a dumpster fire, you can upload all the shit you want on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you, so.
Yeah. Oh my God. Twitter. I never knew this, but there's actual porn on Twitter.
Yeah.
I literally had no idea this existed.
I'm about to go to that shit right now.
And Grover, of course, out of all people, how do I find out about the Facebook group, secret Facebook group? So I'm going to link it up here again, right here.
How do you find that out?
And Twitter porn.
Because of you. Oh, well.
Because of you.
Well.
You teach me these things.
I mean.
I'm on a spiritual cleanse of like porn and all that nastiness.
Oh, this motherfucker on a spiritual
cleanse. And I got him, Mr. Grovis.
He's going to be on a cleanse of spanking the monkey in a few months if he keeps this up. How about this, dude? How about this?
What?
You go on your cleanse and I'm going to keep getting that booty.
Yeah, I've seen your timeline. It
is on my timeline.
Yeah. No,
it is on my timeline.
It's not a joke. So that is the reason why.
Whoa. My Facebook is not safe to open up at work. But I will say that open up and start your own following. Get your following together. And here's something that I'm going to say. If your friends, your so-called friends, aren't going to at least watch and share your shit
and support you,
get new friends.
I wouldn't take it that far, but okay.
Look, if you're trying to do something, like, people will put their insecurities on you.
Projection is a bitch, and it's real.
You should be sitting in the office all day. How dare you try to do something to make yourself happy? We call these people assholes.
Would you call them haters? I won't call them haters. Just scared.
No,
I guess,
they don't even know they're
scared.
haters. They're just being an ass.
No.
Actually, no. And I don't really think they're assholes. Most of the people mean well, but what they mean well by doing is that they're taking their fears and projecting it on you. I've always believed that I don't hang around people who tell me what I can't do. I want to hang around people who tell me what I can do. I've said that for years. I've said this for years. You look at the box. Why are you trying to fit into the box? Make the box fit into you.
Exactly.
I've lived my life like this, and you know what? I've been pretty dang successful at it. I've had my ups and downs. I've had heartbreaks and pains. I'm sorry, I almost sung my way. My bad. But I will say this, and I'll say it 100%. At the end of my life, I'm going to be happy.
No regrets.
No regrets. I'm going to be happy at the end of my life because, I mean, I cannot travel for the rest of my life, and I've seen the world 3 times. Amazing. Now, I still want to hunt in New Zealand. And I still want to hang out in Australia. And I want to go to Africa again.
That's crazy. That's kind of like some of the ideas I've been thinking about.
And I want to travel places I've been to and shoot travel documentaries or travel vlogumentaries, or just fucking just have a camera and see myself have fun there. But that's just something I want to do. But I know that there's more to do, but I can say that I've achieved quite a bit. And I know I'm almost 50, so I know I'm coming up to it. Yes, I know I'm not going to have a following with all you youngsters because you don't want to follow Grandpa. That's why we got Scotty.
Yeah, I'm kind of like getting up there, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm Asian, so it's kind of hard to see
growing
my
that
age.
scraggly ass beard out, boy.
I know. What's up with this, huh? Well, anyway, so
look like Hugh Packman.
Podcast 2020, why it's so important.
Yes.
Grover went through the passion, making yourself feel better, which actually leads back to mental health, right? To be able to talk about your crowd, but talk about your interests, connect with other like-minded individuals, your social support. Oh my God, can't say it. Your social support groups, boosting your self-esteem, stimulating conversations with each other. This is one way to combat having problems with mental health and depression.
Yes.
Bad mental health, excuse me. Another thing about having a podcast 2020 is that if you have a business, you can attract more business through a podcast talking about your particular interest. Excellent. Now, there's different ways you can do it. You can do a value proposition podcast where you are talking about your specific industry.
Who does that?
Let me think. So the future was...
Damn, I just threw you off.
No, because see, this is where it gets like a little bit complex because these podcasts will talk about like the future. We'll talk. They're a graphic design, motion design company, but they are into creative business education. So their podcasts, as well as their YouTube videos, tackle graphic design and motion design a little bit, but they teach creative business education. So where this leads to is like, let's say if you are, I don't know, do you have a car shop? You talk about repairing cars and the different techniques to repair cars. But then now you start talking about, as I've met Marquez from Marquez Photography, he's into lowrider shows. So if you happen to be into opening an auto body shop or a car repair shop, but you also go to lowrider events, now you're connecting that. And now you're also connecting to the photography community because you need to have cameras. And I'm pretty sure that if you happen to find and gravitate towards the interest of cameras and videography, you're going to reach into that community. So you see the social economic ecosystem that you're having with other community like-minded members and of your social group. And that's where I believe the future is going to go. With where now it leads into it feels like we're getting really intellectual. Can you throw a titty in there for me?
Titties. This is what I do. This is what I do.
I needed that.
That's what I do.
It started getting too educational. I needed some entertainment going in there right there.
That's my thing, dog. You want another one? Shit. Hey, titties. What?
Give me the ass.
What? You want some booty? Booty in your face. Come on, man.
What about the cheese?
What on, man? What?
Booty and cheddar.
Booty and cheddar?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about that from under cheese?
What?
From down under?
That's stank.
Jesus.
That's not a joke.
I'm so sorry. I was like,
I want to ask you. Okay. So now I'm building out this community, social, economic ecosystem that we're going to be having, because if you're building out your personal brand through your podcasting, showcasing your business, you're linking up with other social groups that are having their own business, and now it becomes like a market economy from the tech to services to
Wow.
It keeps going. I can build this out all day long, and I didn't even prepare for this. Now, going to the small town business theory.
Small town business.
You know this.
Yes.
So please explain.
It's my theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big city, small town. So, in everything you do, the businesses that are going to survive this incredibly fucked up situation where are going to be, the small mom and pop's business that are going to survive are the ones that people actually feel a connection to the business. They feel like that if they leave, they're leaving their neighbor or their friend. So one reason why I call it the small town theory is because in small towns, some people might work at the grocery store for 10 or 15 years and they don't get fired. And when the grocery store closes, they don't just leave them out in the lurch because shit, the people live next door to you. And it's like, well, why'd you do that to my nephew?
Yep.
And so, like I use Fullsterkur as an example, a gym.
We'll link it up here.
You know, we'll link Fullsterkur.
Aaron and Brian. I was going to
Aaron
hesitate
and
on Brian. I'm so sorry about that.
And Gio, who does work there.
Gio
works there.
Gio and all the guys there.
Yeah, all the folks there. Well, everybody has this like really cool community. And it's almost like a community I would expect to see down south or in the Midwest of people who are just working out, or kind of like a community at a martial arts gym. That's what it really feels like. Like everybody talks to each other.
Like Peninsula Self-Defense.
PSD. That's right.
Masquerade by Christine.
Oh yeah, Christine Acha, the mask. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put on a mask in a second.
And I should put a link there.
Well,
later.
We're gonna put.
But do you see how that works? Is the community
right? So here's the thing about making a podcast, right? You have a community. So if we, which I buy masks from Maskquerade, if I work out at Fullsterkur and talk about them, from what's that? Kitchen by Quinta.
Yes.
Quinta's Kitchen Food Prep, right? Which I got my food prep for the week. I'm about to be sexy 2025. I'm going to kill it when we come out of this coronavirus quarantine. If I just, let's see, San Mateo Sports Nutrition.
Yes, San Mateo Sports
Nutrition. If I buy my vitamins from there, right? So let's say all of these businesses that are connected to our podcast. So it's very easy. Like San Mateo Sports Nutrition had a raffle going on, and we would appear on camera for the raffle.
And Jason's going to restart that.
You know, and when Jason restarts it, we'll go again, right? And let's say Fullsterkur, they've been on our podcast, and they're going to be in our documentary, right? I'm buying food from Quinta's Kitchen, and if Quinta needs something from us, we can reciprocate. We have a community. That's how you're going to survive this slow apocalypse that's coming on. You're going to build a community, a financial community of people who are movers and shakers doing shit together. Before, your community was like, oh, I go to work. Oh, this person does this. And, oh, yeah, well, this guy, he's in tech, so I'm going to hang out with him in tech. Don't hang out with people doing the same thing you're doing. You got to diversify. You got to have your hands here, and there.
Multidimensional.
That's right. Get on the levels, baby.
Expand that awareness.
Boom.
So that is number one reason why it's so important to voice what you want to talk about, because you don't know who you will connect. Because at this point, me starting this whole YouTube journey with Grover and jumping into social media, of course, I know there's like issues with social media, but for the most part, if you're using it in the right way, building your brand, building your business, building your community, and the members in your community, you start to make new connections with people you never thought you would have access to begin with, and that you never thought was possible. But it can be possible, and that'll lead you to more opportunities. And the key thing is, you got to start today. Start making content.
The thing I hate the most is when someone tells me what they're going to do and they haven't even made a plan to start doing it. Don't even tell me what you're going to do. Tell me your plan of what you're going to do, and don't even talk to me until you're at your second or third step. Because you don't need my help for the planning stage. And you don't need my help for the first step. You might need my help for the second step, and I'll be happy to help you. But I'm going to say, all right, what was your first and second step? What's your plan? Because time is a finite resource, and I don't have time to bullshit.
Yep.
You know, that's the biggest thing I learned last year, is that life is short.
And so, yeah, you're right. And to go along with what you're saying is, oh my God, I'm forgetting what I was going to say, because you put such a poignant, like, powerful, deep point right there.
I'm sorry. Should I throw some titties in
No.
here?
Yeah, throw me some titties right now.
Titties. This is how we motivate Scott. Titties, booty. Titties.
I actually got it back. Believe it or not. All right. So if you're starting a podcast and you want to show how serious you are in creating your podcast, do the preliminary research. We have a video and I'm going to link it. God, I got to really listen to the ER podcast because I'm usually just trying to pop them out quick. I'm going to link the video and go on YouTube too. You got fingers. You can type. You can type on Google. Figure out what you need to put a podcast together. Have your content ideas and do a podcast. At least one from your phone, for goodness sake.
Yep.
Just from your phone. And once you get to that step, then really start thinking about collaborating and talking with people. But you have to do a little bit of work up front to show people that you are serious. Because you've gotten asked a lot, and I get asked.
Yeah.
I can help you. Grover can help you. We can help you. But you have to show initiative number one.
But we
first.
won't help you if you can't help yourself.
Exactly. Because you must empower yourself before you even get our attention.
You know what I'm going to help myself to tonight?
What?
Some Blue Label.
Beer? Oh,
Scotch.
whiskey.
Scotch whiskey. Because the world is burning and it has that smoky taste anyway.
Oh, you know, I mean, shit, you put a rag in it and it turns into a Molotov. That's what 2020 is all about.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm just trying to be consistent like 2020. And that leads me to one last thing. Sorry, I don't know. I got really passionate there.
Here we go.
I got really passionate there. Last thing I would say is 2020 has been consistent as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's been very consistent. And if you want to know how to keep yourself motivated to doing a podcast, right now we're getting close to 300 subscribers, which I'm totally amazed at because we do a variety show.
Right.
If you're doing a variety show, you really got to love this because variety shows are difficult as fuck to grow. It really is. So, but if you have an actual value proposition of how to do, I hear people use this one a lot. I don't know why they use it. Underwater basket weaving. Have you heard that term? Everyone always been using that.
Yeah, underwater basket weaving.
Well, anyway, if you teach a valuable skill like that, you're going to grow. If you have a personality, you're going to grow. If you have both those combined, you're really, really going to grow.
That's right.
If you do outlandish, entertaining things like pranks or doing Mr. Beast level type stuff, you're going to go really hard.
Right.
But if you do a variety show like us where we do comedy, we do politics, we've done mental health.
Who the hell does comedy?
You.
I'm totally serious.
Jeez.
Mental health.
Mental health. Right. What was that?
I don't know. I just had a twitch.
Just had a twitch.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is, what was I saying? Dang it. Give me the teddies again.
Titties.
Okay, there we go. I think I remember now.
Right.
So if you're doing a variety show, you got to really love it. You really got to love your content to keep motivated and persistent in developing your craft.
Yes. And you have to stay on top of topics. And like every day you're collecting, no matter what you're doing, if you're at the office, if you're doing music, if you're doing martial arts, I'm just talking about my life. You have to keep on top of it and keep pushing. And I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to have a partner, have a real partner. Don't have somebody who's just there for the weight. I mean, Scott, when Scott first started, he wouldn't say a lot. And if you look at our podcast, the passion that Scott puts into it, it was all behind the scenes before. And now it's coming to translate on the camera. And the podcasts are better for it. Mm-hmm. You know, podcasts are better for it.
You taught me how to have on dynamic chemistry with you.
Right.
It takes time. It took time.
Or we were just going to make him be here with a shirt off with nipple covers.
Yeah.
Pasties.
Yeah, get Aaron into it, right?
When we did the Fullsterkur video, I literally got a comment from somebody on Facebook said,
"No, you didn't."
Yeah, it says everybody should have their shirts off.
Oh my!
And I was like, "You want my shirt off?" They said, "Oh, let me say that everyone except you should have their shirts off." I was like, "You bitch."
Was it a female or was it a male?
It was a female.
It was a female?
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's harsh.
It was Eileen.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of which, what does Eileen do?
Eileen is a sports massage and therapeutic massage therapist.
So maybe I gotta link Eileen down here too into the video.
Truly You Massage.
Truly You Massage.
Yeah.
Truly. See, do you see why it's important to have a podcast now?
And Eileen literally fixed my back last week, or I wouldn't have been able to go to work.
Doing house calls because of COVID-19.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that's legal, but I will tell you this. It was Friday and I was off last week Friday, and I knew I wasn't going to work on Monday. Mm-hmm. Like I just the whole week, like every time I'd stand up, like I'd have a pain shoot down my leg, and she went there and she dropped that elbow on my back and just I mean it's just excellent. And you know what? It's a wonderful profession, and people need that. People need that type of medicine. My chiropractor, Dr. Chris Goin. People need that type of help here. You know, if I choose wellness, Dr. Chris Goin. But you see all of these businesses, all these people we interact with. You interact with people, these businesses every day. These small business owners, and he has a podcast talking about wellness. You know, that I actually started like peeking a little, and I'm going to introduce Scott to it. But I'm just saying, it's absolutely pertinent that you have a podcast right now, because you need to build your community of soldiers who are doing stuff. Because guess what? They can all send people my way with martial arts training. I can all send people their way. We have to support each other. And don't depend. LinkedIn is now convoluted, where LinkedIn is all, well, if you're not in HR, I'm not going to deal with you because I only do tech, or if you're in tech and this, that. No. You need to have a small business connection.
Yeah.
Man, this is a great podcast.
Yeah, I think they turn out really well.
Yeah.
I like it. We're promoting other people. We're explaining, like giving value, and I hope we're giving value. And I know what we're giving for sure.
Mm-hmm. The tip.
You know, it's going all in.
Deep.
Mm-hmm.
How deep?
Balls deep.
In closing, I like to say titties. This is the Happiness Podcast. I'm Grover.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. I'm Scotty.
This motherfucker right here, boy. Leave your comments and like and subscribe on YouTube. Booty in your face. We found true happiness